Hello Capricorn, this is Julie with Into Heartspace, and we are going to look at the energy surrounding you for September of 2016. So in September we are coming up on eclipse season. We have an eclipse starting off on September 1st, and then we have a second one on I think it is the 16th or the 18th of September. So when we have eclipse season, that means we will be eclipsing something out. Something that is no longer serving our highest good will be let go of. And it can be really gentle, and you could probably already know, you probably have an inkling of what it already is. Or it could be, a little bit more challenging, and but you will get through it, absolutely. Also, Jupiter is moving into Libra, which Jupiter is much happier in Libra, so that's a plus. It was in Virgo, and it takes about a year or so for it to transit through a sign. And so it's done there, and it's just been not enjoying the nitpicky Virgo energy, so it'll be much happier in Libra. Okay, so Capricorn, what are the energies surrounding you for September 2016? I call in the highest of light, the highest of energy. What are the energies for Capricorn 2016? All right. All right, September 2016 for Capricorn. Okay. Middle. Okay, so first we have the Tower and 10 of Discs, 3 of Swords, the Initiate, 8 of Swords, the High Priestess, 6 of Swords, Ace of Discs, Strength, and then 5 of Cups. And below it all we have the Ace of Cups. So okay, let's just see here. Alright, so at the heart of it all, we have the Tower, so that means that things will be shifting. It could be quite challenging. It could be, a little bit easier to digest, but things are shifting. Since we have the Ace of Cups as the foundation, so that's new beginnings with emotional underpinnings. It has to do with love. It has to do with your emotional security. It has to do spiritual. But things are shifting when it comes to Ace of Cups into something new. So you are finishing a cycle and starting a new cycle. And so I feel like this Tower has to do a lot with that. It's an emotional shift. So you could be letting go of someone in a love relationship, or you could be changing the whole structure of how you are going about that. The thing that is crossing you is the 10 of Discs. Sorry about that. So it could be that the reason why we have the Tower here is you've been holding on to this idea that is really a facade, that it can't really happen, that can't, it just can't gestate. It's a fairy tale. And you've been holding on to it. You've been holding on to these ideas and hoping that they come true, but there's just no way for them to truly happen. So the universe is going to come in and say, okay, Capricorn, my love, I know you really, really are holding on to that deer, but you know what? I need to get you back on path so you can see your true soul calling and your future the benefits that are truly there. So it's tearing down the things that are no longer serving you, and sometimes we hold on to those because they're familiar and we're used to it, and so it's like it's just easier to grip onto it, even if what is new will serve us substantially better. So in the past, we have the Eight of Swords. So Eight of Swords can signify, actually, it can signify sickness. So you could be sick, you could have been sick, or you might have a cold. But it's also being unaware of your surroundings and being afraid to open your eyes and see the truth. But this is in our past. This is in our recent past, so the last 6 months to year. That could have been your challenge, is just not seeing things for what it truly is. And you might have been putting on some rose-colored glasses. You might have been thinking things are much better than they actually are. And so then in our future, we have the High Priestess. So when we have major arcana in our spread, this is energy that is truly there. That is something that you have to see and focus on. So with the Tower, whether we like it or not, it's there. It could, and like I said, it could be a really big, humongous shift that is quite challenging, or it could just be a simple aha moment that just changes your entire direction. So when we have the High Priestess here, the High Priestess, is the epitome of your personal knowledge, of your spiritual self. She sees what others can't see when it comes to the truth of your spirit, the truth of how you go about your life, your soul calling. And so that really links to the Ace of Cups. And when I say she, it could be he too. But I think this is a lesson that you're getting right now, is your own personal strength in your heart, and that it's not all mental, that you, even though you are mentally strong, and you could be really physically strong too, that it's time to accept that spirituality, that energy within yourself, that can propel you into a greater future if you accept it as part of your whole. So here we have the subconscious, which is the initiate, and this is the Hierophant. So I keep I've been looking at I keep going to the initiate, and when I do, I keep hearing Capricorns praying when no one is around. So my Capricorns, keep the faith. Don't lose hope. A lot of it has to do, I know that you guys are quite organized and usually are very steady and like to progress in a very rational manner. And I get this sense that Capricorn, that you've been doing that and you're like, well, I keep doing all the right things and things aren't panning out for me. Why is this? And you're starting to feel a little desperate. And I remember the last reading I did for you, Capricorn, that I was getting quite emotional inside. I could feel like the struggle, the Capricorn struggle. And because of that, I think you have taken to maybe it's not something that you normally do, but you've been meditating, you've been praying, you've been looking for spiritual guidance. And I feel like that the initiate, the Hierophant, the spirituality, it's there and it hears you. So just be patient with that. We have the Three of Swords up above. So this is kind of like the persona that is being portrayed right now in your life, that you are portraying. And the Three of Swords is can be betrayal. So maybe you actually do feel betrayed by your level of spirituality, by your religion, and you feel like you're not being heard. like your cries are not being heard. I mean, this can also symbolize in a relationship that you're being betrayed, that somebody is cheating on you and not being honest with where they are with you in the relationship. And this could also link here to the Eight of Swords, that you just weren't able to see it. You weren't able to see the deception that is truly going on. I mean, this is a third party card, so there's somebody who is coming into your situation, whether it be through a relationship, even just a mindset too. Like here we have the initiate down here. This is, church, spirituality, the metaphysical, and then well, not necessarily the metaphysical. I would say the high priestess is more so, not the initiate. And then maybe your mental mind, your rational mind is like, this doesn't make sense. It could be something along the lines of that, or in a work situation, somebody could be backstabbing you at work and lying and deceiving you. And it could also be you, but I like to believe, Capricorn, that isn't. But if it is, knock it off. We love you and we want you to do the best that you can do. But I don't think, Capricorn, I don't get that sense. It's a very minute amount of people who are doing that. Excuse me. So the Six of Swords, you're getting there. You're starting the journey to better waters. You can see the plus of the future. You can see where you want to go and where you need to go. And I think the universe is going to supply you with the jump start. It's going to get you there. But you just have to have faith. Keep the strength alive. If you don't, then you will not receive what you need to receive, because you're not being open to it. So keep your journey, keep your path, one foot in step of the other. A dear friend of mine who lost her son a few years ago always told me, after the fact, that 90% of her day was just getting up and putting her pants on, and if she did that, then she could get through the day. So that kind of mindset is really helpful in trying times, and it's actually really helpful in positive times too, because sometimes when things are going really well, we get lazy. So, get up, put your pants on, and just start your day one step at a time. One step. And when you do that, when you keep doing that and keep pushing forward, the universe hears it and will help you. Just keep doing it. And I know that part of it is you have to stay super duper strong for. And this also could be like in relationship to love relationships or even friendships that might be of deception. It's having the strength to walk away and recognize that you are worth more. And having strength in yourself and valuing yourself just as much and more than this person who is deceiving you. And I know that things are pretty tough for some of you, but there's still 2 cups here, so no longer focus on these 3 cups here. Yeah? Focus on these 2 that are full right behind you that you aren't seeing. So let's call on Mother Moon just to see what added energies we have. Mother Moon, what advice do you have for my sweet Capricorns? What is the advice for September 2016? Okay, Capricorns, make sure to love up on yourself. I just got that message from Spirit. Love up on yourself first. You are worth it, Capricorn. All right, Mother Moon, what do you have for Capricorn? It's this one right here. Wind, adventure. So life, I mean, is an adventure. Life blows and goes through all of these different environments. Uh, so I think what this is here for is to recognize that it is an adventure, but it is just one stop. This is just one part of your story, and that you will continue on, and that new things will abound, and to be excited for it, to keep that excitement within yourself, that life is an adventure, and sometimes we do have to come up against rainy seas or a tornado, but tomorrow will come and you will be able to pick up your pieces, put them back together in a new and stronger way, and carry on. So instead of being terrified and full of fear and keeping yourself masked, switch it around in your head that, okay, wow, this is a challenge. This is a true challenge. I'm going to step up. I'm ready for it. I'm ready. All right, Capricorn, if you would like to continue this reading, feel free to contact me at my website, which is linked below. Also, you can find me on Facebook under Heartspace, and you can message me there. On Facebook, I do little tidbits about astrology and tarot, and just like little sweet things just to make our day more interesting. All right, Capricorn, joy and blessings, and I will talk to you soon.